Gamers! Too easy. My pleas, my cries have gone on deaf ears. No one seems to be listening. People still think that Tofu and Scott Junn's suggestion for the best build for Blight is indeed a good build. And, regrettably, Hex Undying combined with Hex Ruin has become the new meta. It's become the new Corrupt Intervention plus Pop Goes the Brain Cell. It has become the new crutch combo of Jin slow perks that you're gonna see time and time again in your games. There's just one small difference between Undying Ruin and Corrupt Pop. This build has a little counterplay to it. What I'm gonna show you is super special, top secret counter to the now most used Jin slow combo in the game. Okay, you ready? So, I know what you're thinking. You're gonna tell us to run Detective's Hunch and just pop all the totems. But what if I told you that there was another perk that no one is using, that is the best counter to Ruin that you could possibly be running in your games? I know. I almost couldn't believe it myself. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was prepared to come in here and tell you to run Detective's Hunch and just pop all the totems. But in doing my research, I have found the counter. I have found it. It's here, and it's beautiful. Before we go any further, I would like to say, we do stream every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 p.m. Central. I'll put my link in the description. Come hang out, come ask questions, come talk to me about the new killer, because he's my baby. He's kind of the love of my life. Now, when this perk came out, people were excited for it because people thought that this perk was going to counter what was then the best Jin slow in the game. When this perk came out, people thought, I can run this perk and then I won't have to deal with Pop Goes the Weasel anymore. But that's not it. It's even better. It's better used for this, and not very many people know. Not very many people know, okay? You, my friend, are on the cutting edge of information here. So without further waiting and with no more ado, let's get in. All right, gamers, let me paint you a picture. You jump on a Jin, you start repairing, you start working on it, your friend's getting chased, and then out of nowhere, boom, here comes a Tinkerer's Bubba. Revenous Chainsaw ready to kill you. Boom, here comes a Tinkerer's Blight. Here comes a Tinkerer's anybody. Maybe not even then. Maybe your teammate runs the killer for about a minute, goes down, gets hooked, and then the killer's headed your way. You, by this point, know that there's Ruin. You know that he's coming to block the Jin. All that you can do at this point is to run away. You run away, regression begins, none of your teammates know which Jin you're on, and you end up going down. By the time you get unhooked and healed, you go back to your Jin, that sucker might be back at 0%. Enter this perk. Enter the Undying Ruin killer. Enter Repressed Alliance. Boom. You're accustomed to being hunted by malicious forces and you've begun using it to your advantage. Repressed Alliance activates after repairing generators for a total of 60 seconds. I can't contain my excitement. When repairing a generator while the perk is active, press the active ability button to call upon the entity to block the generator for 30 seconds. The perk then deactivates. Affected generators will be revealed by a white aura to all survivors. After you spend 60 more seconds repairing on a Jin, it activates again. You can use it a second time. You spend somehow 60 more seconds repairing a Jin, it'll activate a third time for you to use. I don't know what you're thinking. Why would I want to block the Jin if the killer's coming to me with Ruin? That prevents any of my teammates from getting on it while it's regressing. Well, that's the beautiful part. If a generator is blocked by the entity, it doesn't regress. It doesn't regress. I remember asking a dev about the Thrilling Trimmers Ruin combo, and they've confirmed it. Generators blocked by the entity do not regress. So if he's got Ruin, and this person's coming at you, you've been on the Jin for 60 seconds, 20 more seconds and it's done. You press the active ability button, you press E to outplay. You know how much killers love when survivors press E to outplay. Well, here, get ready to do it again. Killer's coming at you, you press E, you block the Jin. For 30 seconds, that Jin's not regressing. Not only that, that Jin is highlighted in a white aura for the world to see. Any survivor on the map looks at your Jin and goes, hey, that Jin's white. They blocked it with Repressed Alliance. That's the Jin that guy was working on. It must be close to finished. Let me go finish it. The 30 seconds runs up, entity unblocks it, boom, your teammate's on the Jin and they finish it while you're running the killer. I don't know how often you guys are seeing Undying Ruin. I have been seeing it way too often. And yes, if you don't want to run Repressed Alliance, throw on Detective's Hunch, throw on a map, pop the totems, just pop them. All I'm saying is, just take up one more perk slot, or just don't run Detective's Hunch, just bring a map, right? Instead of running Detective's Hunch, take it off, put on a map, run Repressed Alliance. If just that one gen can get finished during the course of the game, there's your value. Way more valuable than Detective's Hunch, because you have to finish that first gen before you can even get Detective's Hunch to proc. And if they're forcing you off the gen, you're not gonna get it done. Throw on Repressed Alliance, let your teammates know you're running it, tell them if you see a white gen, go finish it. Now, if you've got killers leaving chases to use Tinkerers to come push you off a gen, now they are getting punished for that. This hard counters that exact build that Tofu and Scott Jund have been suggesting. If you keep hitting Undying Ruin Tinkerers on any mobility killer, you have to run this perk. If they leave an active chase to come push you off the gen, and you can prevent it from regressing for 30 seconds, while a teammate knows which gen to come and finish, this is unbelievable. This perk right here, honestly guys, I'm astounded. I am blown away at my own discovery here. I haven't even had a chance to run this yet. I saw it, I saw this perk for what it was, and immediately I am right here. I'm not even watching the Chiefs-Texans game. I'm from Missouri. Do you know how big of a deal it is to miss a Chiefs game around here? Some of these people would stone me to death. This one perk validates my entire existence as a real Blight truther. Because you know what can't be countered by Repressed Alliance? My Blight build. It makes me right. It validates me and my criticisms of their build. Not only is it cheap and boring and lame, it's also hard countered by one perk. If you guys keep having rough games like I have, where you just keep hitting Undying Ruin and killers just keep getting free, cheap gen regression without really having to work very much and without the true negative downsides of a hex perk, throw on Repressed Alliance. See how it works. I don't know, maybe that's just me, okay? Let me know down in the comments below if you think I'm crazy or if I'm actually right on how good this is. Let me know if you think Undying Ruin is more annoying than Corrupt Pop. But this thing? This whole killer might have just validated this perk. This entire killer and his kit might have just bestowed relevancy upon this perk. This long forgotten perk. This disregarded, unnecessary, weird perk might have just been given new life. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Until then, I'll be back next week for more Blight streams, more Blight videos. We're cranking them out, baby. We're cranking them out, all right? Stay tuned. Till then, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's Space Blight, bro! We just flew, dude!